Hello, I'm ToycatA and welcome back to Store Saturday. Today I wanted to check out this amazing map called Ultra Hard Survival Scorched. It has a little cat face in the corner, it looks adorable, and it's probably the best map on the marketplace, but we can't check it out today because it's 660 minecoins and I just don't have that sort of money. It's too expensive, it's awful, and as a result I can't play it. But what I can play is this 1170 minecoin Aquatic World, except actually that's way too expensive as well. And it gets even more expensive because there's maps like Escape from the Dragon that cost 1,690. That is triple the price effectively. That is a full-on £8.39, $10. It is insane. And as a result, you know, I just want to skip back to a time when things were simpler. And I want to check out one of the only maps this week which costs just 79p, 99 cents, because it's called Parkour Wars Never Edition. Is it any good? Will $1 get you a good map, or will it just get you a sad old time? Let's find out today, shall we? It's super interesting. I've just noticed this right now. These same people, the Rage Craft Room, whatever that means, make a bunch of parkour maps, and they just seem to vary wildly in price, despite all seeming pretty similar. Like, this is Rage Parkour, this is Never Parkour, Hardcore Parkour, Pure Parkour, Parkour Wars. I feel like they're just throwing everything at the wall they can, but maybe it's a good map anyway, you know? For $1, what can you really expect? That's what we're finding out, I guess. I also feel like they're maybe, just maybe, a few months late to this Never Update theme, but whatever. This is Parkour Wars Never Edition. Fast-paced, multiplayer PvP parkour race to the top of the dangerous parkour tower. There's checkpoints and weapons. Oh, that sounds cool. I wish I had friends. Oh, it's made by literally 2 people. That's kind of cool. A little independent map. Also, ooh, very strange. The signs are hanging off nothing. That's fine. So over here we can see that if you like parkour, you can join a large PvP parkour realm. Now that's really bizarre. They're advertising their Minecraft realm in their map, and that's allowed. Today I learned. Anyway, with that said, let's go through the Never portal over here, and let's see what this is all about. I really am curious. Is this going to be like 10 minutes of fun? Is that a ripoff for that price? If it's an hour, is that like really good value? If it's like, you know, is it going to be good, bad? I don't know any of this. But let's drop the red wall at my feet to return here. So I put it there. No, drop it. I don't get it. Drop the red wall at your feet to return here. I guess that's after you've started the game. You know, whatever, let's just start the game. Let's do this. I dropped the red wall. Am I doing something wrong? Why am I not returning there? Whatever, so this is the Never Parkour. We have to get to the top. We have 4 ways to choose to do so, which I actually think is pretty cool. I guess we'll start with the glowstone one. Sure. Oh, this is how you get glowstone. My bad. I'm just real dumb. So we set our respawn point, and we can set our respawn point for any of these, it looks like. How does the parkour work? Oh, I guess they all go to the same place. This is just where you start, whatever. So let's go, and let's do some parkour. Yeah, this is some fun stuff. So there's a really interesting thing about you know, the marketplace. I guess you kind of realize on the inside about how pricing and teams and stuff work. Like, people try to set the price as like a reasonable gauge of like what the quality or whatever is, but it's something that isn't you know, entirely checked. So a map that costs $1 can be the most amazing thing in the world. A map that costs $10 can be the least amazing thing in the world. I died. I'm not amazing. Ooh, that was fast though. But there's no actual arbiter of like what quality is, and that's probably because, you know, when it comes to art, you can't really gauge quality, which is part of why it's such an effective tax scam to use art in the real world and to say it's increased in value by getting a appraiser that you happen to be friends with to say that it's worth that amount, because it's really hard to disagree with value. This is why a banana on the ground can be worth, you know, thousands of dollars, because, you know, it's the only thing things are worth for humans is what you're willing to pay. Okay, Neverite sword? Sure. Glowstone? Sure, why not? And now I guess we move on to another respawn point, and I guess the whole map is just slowly climbing up this way. It's a really interesting concept like that, but I also don't... Okay, wait, we gotta get up this way. I'm also just a little bit confused as to, like, is this really a great PvP experience? Like, the whole 4 paths that lead to the same thing, kind of interesting, but if you're playing, like, 2 players and you have Neverite swords, like, are you even gonna be able to chase each other? I guess you're faster to run than you are to PvP or whatever. It just feels kind of bizarre. Also, most of this parkour, I mean, I know I failed repeatedly on those first ones, but most of this doesn't seem too damn hard. Oh, look, we have to do a jump from here to there. Okay, that is actually pretty cool. Oh, no, it's not. It's not. That is actually a pretty cool little parkour thing. I thought it was all going to be like super basic and yeah, again, it looks like it was easily placed in creative in an afternoon, but they are playing around with it a little bit and you gotta give them credit for that. Yeah. Okay, so from here, what do we do now? Was I meant to not actually go up this thing? Was I meant to go straight through to that? Oh, I think I was. Yeah, I bet I totally was. I think this is here as a, you know, like a, what's the word? Like a red herring. They tricked me good, they did. Okay, we got this. There's the slime. There's the block. I'm going to ignore the red this time. Oh, that's not a possibility. So we'll go to a different side this time because that went so poorly for me last time. Here you can see we want to be up there. How do we get up there? Probably some magic involving some slimes or something. Maybe we got to punch those out of the way. Or maybe we got to climb from those onto the vines on top. Like, I didn't realize there was vines around it, but maybe that's how that works. I don't know, but I guess it is, at the very least, you know, this is parkour that does use some Nether elements. That is fun. You can't hate it. I lied, you can hate it. Aha! Okay, so now we get from here to the outside of this block by just climbing. It doesn't seem like a thing you can do, and it doesn't feel like it either. Okay, this is a fun enough parkour experience. I mean, I can't say I hate it, and you know, that's a good sign if nothing else. But also, how do you even get back up from this? Do you have to just climb all the way down to the next layer, the previous layer? But this is a you know, interesting enough map, but it is super short. If you're playing this with some friends, even if you're super bad at parkour, it's like 15 minutes. Is that good value for $1? I guess that's something you as a player get to decide. And I feel like it's interesting to look at. Is this the anomaly though, or is this kind of normal? I don't buy many maps that are this cheap, but maybe I should. Maybe I should see what the market's like for this sort of thing. Because you know what, rather than just playing Parkour Wars. So let's check out the other 99-cent map released this week, or 79 Great British Pence if you are subject of the Queen. And as you can see, this is a map that not only you know, contains 10 skins, but also gives you a survival spawn. Start your own survival adventure in Gendry's Tavern. Besides fighting against zombies, skeletons, and other monsters, you can also build your own house in a beautiful village nearby and explore other parts of this cozy medieval Minecraft map, like a big farm, windmill, and huge mountain with a gorgeous view. Wait, like a big farm, a windmill, and a huge mountain with a gorgeous view? What do you mean, like it? That's not a sentence, whatever. You know, we're gonna check it out, see what these 6 skins in this one world is all about. Boy, am I excited to see what $1 gets you in Minecraft. So this is Gendry's Tavern. And again, you know, actually, for $1, it is a pretty map. We've gone a long way from survival spawns being like, hey, we built a single house near spawn, and we're gonna charge you $1 because, you know what, we hate you, to stuff like this. I mean, I like that. Sign of the times changing and people getting better at what they do. I hope we look back at now in the future and go, ToycatA, your map sure does suck. Also, why am I running out of food so fast? What a weird thing. I think that's like a good sign. I think if you haven't grown, that's such an awful thing. When people, like, whenever I see people who, like, go back and look for, like, old tweets or old whatever else and go, haha, this is you, right? And it's like, yeah, I certainly hope you've grown and changed your opinion at least once in the last few years. Like, I think one of the weirdest things is when we pretend that humans don't change, because it's like, is that what you want from our people? Anyway, so as you can see, this is a nice survival spawn. This is a very interesting little tavern. There's a lot of details. If this is what you like, if you like exploring a medieval little tavern, that's nice, I guess. Whose tavern is it? Gendry's Tavern. Wow, it all comes together now, right? But what's the actual value of this map? I mean, it's a really pretty spawn. I like this a lot. I like looking around this thing. It is, in case you are curious, a non-achievement earning world, even though it's locked into survival because presumably it was built in creative. You know, whatever. It's about what you expect. It'd be cool to see more survival built worlds that you play in survival. Maybe something Let's Play, am I right? But like you know, it's still interesting to look at these things anyway. And just to dive around the maps, get some free chests. Although most of the chests are empty, which tells me it was built in the Java edition, converted over. But whatever. I digress, I guess. As you can see, you've got some rotten flesh over here. Real nice. That's great. We got a map that you can explore, get some stuff with, and then apparently it's a full medieval world for you to look around. It's not just a tavern and a windmill and some wheat farms, which for the record, like, the cool thing about this is if you ever do want wheat, you've got an unlimited amount, not only here, but also of, like, hay carts. Again, it's very cutesy. It's probably someone's thing, right? Like, someone loves the realisticness of this map. Look at this villager staring at a tree. Look at this brewing witch-based thing with some redstone repeaters and some note blocks. I don't know what this is meant to be, but I like it. You know, there is some great value to be had from this. And I think, you know, most of it is probably like, either play this in survival to be a weird, like, roleplay style world, or look at it as, like, inspiration on what to build. Like, this is some very skilled builders putting together a whole little town for you. If you want to, you know, like, again, this is a niche scenario, I'll admit, but if you want to work on your medieval building skills, and you're like, yeah, actually, I'd love to look at what someone else has done, you can download this map straight and get it that way. Admittedly, if you want to just, you know, if you want to play a map like this is the sort of thing that people have hundreds of versions out there for free online, but it's interesting because even though there are free versions of this, sure, when something is priced at like $1, it doesn't usually seem to matter if there is a free alternative. In some ways, if it's something unique, you know, because even though there are alternatives, even bigger things than this that you can download for free, I'd argue at that price point, you pay for the convenience more than the map maker. Like, I've been thinking a lot about how the marketplace exists and why it exists, because some people would say, hey, did you know you can download things for free? Why would you ever pay for things in the marketplace? And there's two big reasons. One is to support the people who made it. The people who made this did a great job. It's incredible. But the second is because, you know, honestly, convenience. Like, even getting worse copies of things is something that hundreds of people have done, as evidenced by our last store Saturday, where someone made a worse copy of a free map and likely sold hundreds or thousands of copies. Some people will pay for the convenience. And, you know, whether you think that's a good or a bad thing is maybe up to you. But it's super interesting to see, and at the very least, if you do pay for it, you get something that is unique. It's unlike anything else out there. Even if you can find free maps, you can't find this free map. Even if you can find free whatever else, you can't find my free whatever else. And maybe that is what people really like. Maybe that's why people buy books instead of downloading the ones for free. Maybe that's why we watch TV shows instead of, you know, just watching YouTube, even though YouTube's free. Also, look, the terrain, they use the big trees mob that everyone uses. I like it. These are some fancy trees. I have no idea how or why these chests are filled this way, by the way. I'm just kind of rolling with it, I guess. But yeah, no, like the fact that like there is a quality improvement that arguably doesn't need to be, but people are getting better at these same things. It tells me that sometime, somewhere, we'll be in a place where, like, you know, again, the hopeful plan is the marketplace improves and improves and improves to a point where we go, yeah, this was kind of weird where we were today. And, yeah, the fact that it's paying people to make those improvements is a good thing. Or maybe you dislike that. Maybe you disagree. I guess today's video, even though it was Store Saturday in name, it was interesting to look at some maps. It was very interesting to see the price differential between something like this and some of the more expensive things that we've checked out on this channel, and to see what and why that is. Or maybe you'd find the business stuff to be not so fascinating. I always find the business of why anyone does anything to be interesting. Like, why do people spend their days doing things to help other people out? Why do people spend their days making Minecraft maps or YouTube videos or selling your you know, cans of Pepsi on the subway? That's probably a thing that someone can relate to, right? But like, you know, the reason is, you know, there's always a business, there's always an economics case for it. And it's interesting to dive into what the one for this. This is some pretty terrain. Do I recommend it? Depends on what you're looking for, really. Do I recommend the parkour map? Depends on what you're looking for. If you're there and you want something fast and cheap, maybe that's good enough, you know? Like, the smaller an amount of money you're talking about, the less of a need it really needs to fulfill, some could argue. And at a certain price point, like, does it matter if I'm never going to play this again? I would say yes. Maybe you say no. But I'd love to have a conversation about this in the comments down below. I know YouTube conversations are hard to have, but let's try to have one anyway. I'd find that to be interesting. So go into the comments, go like the comments that you feel you want to be boosted, and go, I know, report or spam the ones that are clearly like not that. And let's try and have a nice comment section. Who am I kidding? This is YouTube. It's going to be a terrible comment section. But I'll see you for Seed Sunday. This wouldn't be a ToycatA video if I didn't say you can find the marketplace even when you pause the game now, which is perhaps over the top, definitely over the top. But now it means you can find ToycatA's map. All you got to do is search Ultra, probably. Actually, can you do it? Yeah, Ultra. I don't know why this comes up before this. Like, for real? That's called Living Luxury City. This is called, you know, if we search Ultra Hard, is it just my map? More maps come up when you search Ultra Hard, but mine comes first. How is Living Luxury City, in any definition of the word, ultra hard? Or Big Mouth, how are these things considered ultra hard? What is happening behind the scenes? Like, I like Apocalypse City. I mean, it sounds cool. It's got a bad rating. You know what, my map, why doesn't it have a 5-star rating? We should fix that right now, am I right? I don't think I'm allowed to tell you to rate 5 stars. So I won't tell you to rate this map 5 stars. I won't tell you to do that at all. Don't worry, friends. But what I will tell you to do is to like this video if you really liked it, share it if you want to see more, and to turn on those notifications because, you know, they're nice, aren't they? Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.